And Fiona, the latest update we just got in at 11 o'clock takes it back up to a Category 4 hurricane. Winds of 130 miles per hour pulling further away from Bermuda. But, Morgan didn't go much into detail about how much Canada out in the Maritimes are going to get absolutely walloped by this storm. It may no longer be a hurricane when it arrives, but it's going to arrive with winds of 100 miles per hour there near Nova Scotia and also Prince Edward Island. Really intense wave action and lots of rain. So a very serious storm for them, could potentially make landfall as the lowest recorded pressure for that part of the country that they've ever had. But meanwhile, our attention really turns towards not Fiona, not Gaston, or these two other areas we're watching, but our newest tropical depression. This is Tropical Depression 9, which is currently about 500 miles east-southeast of Jamaica right now. But this will become our next named storm of the season, and this is one that we are going to be watching for U.S. mainland threats by middle of next week. Currently, hurricane hunters are out investigating this storm, still calling it a tropical depression, but I want to show you where the spaghetti models take this early next week. These are where the models think the center of the storm will go. Remember, the effects from tropical systems can go hundreds of miles outside the center. Spaghetti models take it up near Cuba and then out into either the eastern Gulf or Florida. And there's a lot of very warm ocean waters this will be going over. So that means this thing, because it's like a steam engine, tropical systems will have a lot of potential to strengthen pretty significantly. Right now, becoming a tropical storm later today on this official forecast cone. And then as we head through the weekend, by early next week, a hurricane that eventually could strengthen even into a major hurricane. You notice next Wednesday morning, anywhere from the eastern Gulf over into just west of the Bahamas as a major hurricane. So this could mean impacts not just for Florida, but well outside the center of that cone of uncertainty. So what we really know right now, there's still a lot of uncertainty with the final path and impacts of this storm, but Florida specifically needs to be on watch for impacts next week. That'd be arriving Tuesday and into Wednesday. For Georgia itself, as of right now, with this current path, we don't expect any impacts for us in North Georgia, but if we see little changes in that track that moves westward and more of a landfall along the Florida northern Gulf Coast, well, that could mean a different scenario. So something we're watching very closely, and we'll be updating that forecast as we get new data in throughout the weekend. Meanwhile, it's a beautiful fall day. Look at this. Temperatures right now are running more than 15 degrees cooler than 24 hours ago when we were up in the 90s. Right now it's 73 in Atlanta. And over the afternoon, blue sky is going to continue. We'll hit the upper 70s for highs. Nice cooling off effect this evening with those clear skies during high school football games. We'll be falling off through the 60s during those. May even want a very light sweater with some pants on as well. Probably not shorts weather by this evening. Great looking forecast to start the weekend. Looks good out in Athens for the Dogs tomorrow at 12 o'clock against Kent State. We'll be at 83 degrees for the forecast high tomorrow. You notice Sunday, a little hiccup, 30% chance of an isolated shower storm. Let me show you how all that plays out on the forecast track. Overnight tonight, chilly. Open the windows, maybe let the house air out. We'll be starting off in the 50s in the morning, but with bright sunshine, we'll climb up into the 80s in the afternoon. But Sunday morning, the next front comes in. That brings us a slim chance of a few showers and thunderstorms even. So your 7-day forecast shows that one little hiccup in the road. Otherwise, great fall weather sticking around into early next week.